Mutar. Okay, so Yud Gimel. What did he say? Yud Gimel Mutar. So the Shulchan Aruch says Tchumo shel makom v'shosim bo malacha mutar. Okay. V'im hayta malacha chutz letchum. Right. So it's outside the tchum. וגם אין עיר אחרת בתוך תחומו של מקום שעושים בו מלאכה מותר. So that's what the Shulchan Aruch says, that there is no city within the tchum, right? That של מקום שעושים בו מלאכה, where the work will be performed by a goy, it will be mutar. So what Mr. Berurah explains, what's mutar? Lama? The two leika b'shum marit ayin. Again, all these precautions are about marit ayin. Let's not lose a sidetrack. That's very important nekudah. Marita Ayin is what we're not talking about here. Surei Doraita. We're talking about Chachamim Gazru Marita Ayin. Ve'eno Yehudi ki katarach bedidei katarach. And the goy is working for himself. Ve'hine mitoch ma shenitba'ar bazeh haseif muchach. So we see a fact, which the Berurah is giving us a foundation. It is developed from this seed. The asur liskor ein Yehudi bekablanut lefanot zivlo mechatzer. Now, more than that, even just to take out the garbage, you have demolition debris or any debris, it would be prohibited to allow a goy to come at Shabbat to take it. And even though he's just collecting, gathering the debris, you move to the left of the side, the sun doesn't get hit you in the eyes. So, here, just for you. The designated Gemara over here. I mean, Sefer. Avadia finally joins us, from distant. He was miles away now. He heard us. He says, "I'm coming." So he says like this: "When a Yehudi ki tarach b'didei katarach, v'hine mitoch ma'ashin itba'er, de'asur lishkor Yehudi en Yehudi b'kablanut lefanot zivlo, because it's considered to be mechubar. The fact that he is working and he's taking out the debris from your yard, the yard is mechubar. The yard is connected. Well, yard is connected to the property, and that would be asur. V'yesh mekomot continues Mishnah Berurah. V'yesh mekomot.
What melacha is the guy doing though?
What?
What melacha is the guy doing there?
The Rabbi explained. Bitaken echatzer. That's tikkun. That's tikkun. He's taking away the debris. Is actually mitaken. Yeah. Not the tish. It could be considered that's could be part of it. He's saying, Rabbi Yaakov is saying that it's a maki b'potish. He's completing he's completing the job of making sure the chatzer is usable. Till now, it was not usable, the choira, right? Yeah. So over here, he will be doing when he's cleaning, he is actually taking away the debris and finishing up, making the chatzer usable.
So technically, the garbage man could come on Shabbat, it wouldn't be a problem because there's no melacha.
No, there's no chatzer, it's all in the garbage containers. That's not a problem for us today. Okay, it's talking about specifically, you cannot have the construction crew to remove the debris. I was thinking about the garbage man, but I pushed it aside because he's not removing the debris, he's actually your designated area in front of the house where a garbage man takes out the garbage. There's no melacha at all. No, there is melacha for him, but he's not doing anything to do your chatzer.
What's the melacha?
The holding away the garbage. Motzi, he's taking out the garbage out of Esther Amot also. Esther Tefachim. From Rishut. It's a Rishut Bein Atzmo.
It's within the area.
The container it doesn't matter what. But he's taking it out now, right? After that. He's taking it into his property.
He doesn't have to.
But he is. Bottom line, he's not saying, he's not waiting in your property.
He could.
He's not. And who says there's Eruv? Which Eruv?
That's it.
What Eruv?
If there's no Eruv, I agree. Then
no, even if he's not driving with the Eruv, he's taking your garbage outside of the city.
He doesn't have to.
But he does that.
He could wait until.
But that's his intention. But he's not doing that. No, what's the problem?
It's like you hire a cleaning lady.
Yeah, what?
If they choose to do a dishwasher, they're allowed to.
Okay, over here they're allowed to because again, but they're not melechet mahotzah yet. He's taking away from your possession.
All right, if there's no Eruv, I agree.
Again, but you can't say that even if there is an Eruv in the whole city, the garbage is not kept in the city.
I know, but I'm saying
that's it.
You don't mind if he takes it out of your block and then waits on the next block until after Shabbat.
You don't mind, but that's not the reality.
It doesn't matter. It's like
but that's not the reality. Let's keep the reality. Let's not imagine.
It doesn't matter what the reality is.
That's the reality. The reality is
what you told him.
No, it doesn't matter what you told him.
You
Of course you
didn't tell
told
him
him.
take it out
It
of
doesn't
the-
matter what you told him. What do you mean you didn't tell him? You don't want this garbage, and if you're going to leave the garbage in any property of anybody else's in the vicinity of the city, they'll give you a fine.
You don't care if the guy.
Of course you do.
Let's say he goes outside.
Of course you do.
No.
Yes, you do.
But bottom line, there is no Marit Ain. No, everyone knows.
No,
that this guy-
there's a different discussion. Yaakov is saying
No,
it's
it's
his
a-
choice to drive out of the city now. But bottom line, it's not his choice. He's paid to drive out the garbage out of the city on Shabbat. That's your problem.
It's not your problem because
It is.
at
It
the
should
end of
be-
the day, there is
No,
Marit.
the reason it's not your problem, because he's not doing any tikkun for you.
Exactly.
He could come tomorrow to pick up the garbage
Yeah.
for all you care.
The job is
For all you care.
Yeah.
That's the only problem, not because of tikkun. For all he could come tomorrow. That's why it's mutar. No, it's not shot. Okay, let's just finish the Mishnah Berurah. V'yesh mikomod. This is very important. He's now giving us a foundation for the entire Halachot Shabbat. So he says like this: V'yesh mikomod shenoagin heter l'sochro likach hazevel me'archov av she'oseh bo b'Shabbat. You know, Rabbi Yaakov, you were actually he reviewed it before. He's not, this Rabbi Sofer doesn't know nothing. I tell you right now, Akdama, I don't know nothing. We go inside, we learn together. That's the whole point here. She'oseh bo b'Shabbat. He does the melacha. The goy takes out the street. Exactly what we're talking about. The Katav Magen Abraham. So it says Rabbi Abraham. The Tama dibshel Rabim leika chashada. Okay, that's not what we just discussed, because right now he's talking about where it's public garbage, and there is no problem with that. Even in that case, if you hired a demolition crew of removing, what is it called? Not demolition, it's called debris removal.
Yeah. from
Debris
the street,
removal.
from the street.
In New York, they have there's two guys that created a company. The junk removals. I don't know, there's something they call themselves, right?
Yeah.
They just come and remove everything. So over there, Nafka, the most busiest day by them is Sunday. That's the most busiest days for them, because most people are home. So there will be Asur. והאחרונים השיגו על תעמוד ודתם אין נפקא מינה בזה העניין בין רבים ליחיד. האחרונים said there's no difference. If you're telling me it's mutar for רבים, then it's mutar ביחיד also. וגם הוא בעצמו כתב לי בסוף, במקום שאין נוהגין היתר ברחוב, אין להקל. No, he wrote that if there is no שאין נוהגין להיתר ברחוב, if it's not known. Again, this is not talking about city employees. City employees, it's already in a hook, it's not, you're not in your hands. You didn't hire them, even though yes, in the city you pay taxes or whatever you do, in the end up paying for the garbage removal. But it's not in your possession, it's not in your hand. You didn't tell. And on Shabbat, it's allowed when a goy tells another goy what to do. So even though you hired one goy, sounds like you're hiring the city, and a city goes out and hires other people to remove the garbage. That's not your fault at all. That's not your problem at all. Now, the problem would be the Chilul Hashem when he's saying if the goy comes specifically, your junk removal will be done on Shabbat. Okay, what is that bet over here? No, Chilul Hashem of leaving your garbage. If you're gonna you're gonna say, you know what, you want to be a tzaddik. Rabbi is talking like this. This is the scenario I think the Rabbi is talking about. You want to be a tzaddik. The garbage is removed twice a week, like in New York. Over here, I don't know. It is twice a week also?
Yeah.
Sometimes, okay. So they decided, the city decided, the ordinance decided the best time to clean is Shabbat and Tuesday. So you want to be a tzaddik, and you say, you know what? From Tuesday to Tuesday, I'm not taking out my garbage containers on Shabbat. So that's what the Rabbi is referring to here as Chilul Shabbat.
Why is it wrong?
Chilul Hashem.
It's dirty?
What?
It looks dirty?
Of course. What? You know how many times my neighbors came to my house already? Your garbage is causing bugs in the neighborhood. I had that complaint already also. This is Florida. Thank you for moving to Florida, I guess.
Welcome
That's the
to Florida.
first time in my life I got a knock. And by me, usually the neighbors are always right. That's the little rule I have. And I get a knock. I'm like, what's the story? Yes, how may I help you? Your garbage flies are coming into my house. Okay, that's Chilul Hashem lechoira. Okay, so יש, וכתב על כף החיים, דבכל המועד יש להקל לצורך רבים, אף במקום שאין מנהג. You know what's going on here?
Yeah.
If you have debris in Chol HaMoed, it's in the place where it is, the people are seeing. They're seeing your debris and it's actually a nuisance. Then you could hire a goy even on Chol HaMoed to remove it. Okay? I guess because whatever. והנה אפילו אם נאמר דבשל רבים לקח חשדה, מכל מקום הסכים המגן. So he says, if you're going to say that in the public domain, the garbage removal, there's no chshad that people say you've hired him, it's general, the community hired him. מכל מקום, and there is no suspicion, מכל מקום הסכים המגן אברהם שאין להתיר לבנות בית הכנסת בשבת בקבלנות. In public, even then, Magid Abraham agrees, even before mitzvah, it will be asur to have a construction done. even for בית הכנסת. כי בזמננו שאין האומות שכנינו מניחים לשום אדם לעשות מלאכה בפרהסיה ביום חגם עיקר חילול השם אם נניח אנחנו לעשות ביום השבת ויום טוב. Wow, look at the חילול השם. He's saying what? He says that it's חילול השם to allow on a Jewish holiday to allow going to work on you, because the Goyim don't allow. They have a 4th of July of God, doesn't mean anything, they stop working. Don't mean to their holidays, Thanksgiving don't mean nothing to anybody. It's not even religious holidays, and they don't work. And here you are, on sanctified holy days of yours, you're going to have Goyim working on your property. Look at what he says, how far he goes. בכל מקום כתוב כמה האחרונים, ואם יש חשש חס ושלום שיתבטל בניין בית הכנסת לגמרי. However, some say since there could be a scenario, for instance, let's say there's a clause in the contract by the city, will give you a permit by a certain date you have to complete work. So now, if they're not going to complete that work on Shabbat, right, then you have to go and fight again. It starts for the next 2-3 years with the city, and then there's going to be no בית הכנסת for 2 years. מותר להניח לאינו יהודי לבונותו כשהוא בקבלנות. Therefore, the mitzvah, not to prevent not your house, you know what you went to? Not your private house. If you have a problem with your private house for 2-3 years, that's your problem. You're building, you should do things properly.
Yeah.
But in the בית הכנסת, we have more leniency. ובלבד שיהיה מפורסם לכל שהוא בקבלנות, and over there, because it's for בית הכנסת, everybody will know for sure that it's all done for the
He's
sake
not doing it for one person. He's
right,
doing it
for the Rabim, and again, even at Shabbat, we didn't go that far yet, but we will discover that you are allowed to tell going on Shabbat in the Beit Knesset, turn on the air conditioner, set it to 72. You're allowed to tell them no hands.
Straight up?
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up, because it's nothing to do with Zibur. Baruch Adonai Olam, amen, amen. Anybody who has to go to work, לכו תתפרנסו בשם ובנחת בשמחה. We still have some Musar, gentlemen, if you want to stick around.
Oh yeah.